Hello and welcome back to another episode of the SHU Doing podcast. I am Aaron Burrell alongside Paul Guarino.
What's up, everybody?
And we are joined by the one, the only, Gabrielle Cuttitta Kachmar.
Wow, you got it right. First try.
Married.
One take Drake.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't go that far.
Gab, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. But I hear the SHU tea is piping. We have a lot to discuss.
Oh,
We do.
I feel like she's about to take your job, yeah.
I think so. I feel like she's ready. I feel like she's ready to be, no longer teaching, but podcasting might be the.
Honestly,
imagine her and Alexis having a podcast.
I would listen.
No, it would be banned for like 7 years.
You get
before we
you
could
get
come back.
fired.
Yeah, fired first day. That
Barstool will
would happen.
pick you guys up, probably.
Probably.
You ever thought about it?
No. Wanna go?
That's funny. All right, so we like to start, with why Sacred Heart. When did you first hear about the school, and what made you want to come here?
Yeah, so I actually had a friend in high school, and she went to Sacred Heart. So my mom was like, oh, I hear about this school. It's an hour and 15 minutes away. Of course, my family, big Italian family, wanted me to say in Long Island. I was like, that's not happening. So what's our next step? She's like, we found this school. It's in Connecticut. Short drive. Let's go visit. So I visited my friend from high school. I stayed the night, went out. I was like, wow. This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
I just got along with everyone. I just felt like I fit in there. Here. We're here. It doesn't feel like we're here. And also it was a plus because I wanted to pursue teaching, and they had the 5-year master's program, the Isabel Farrington. What do you guys know what it's called?
You graduated from it.
I did. I'll have to look at my diploma. But they had that program, and I was ecstatic about it. So that's why I chose Sacred Heart.
Do you remember where you went when you came out? What was the place that you were out and you were like, this?
Oh, my God.
Place
We went to
like-
Toads. We went to Friday night. Wait, Friday night was a house party. I don't remember
Where
where
were you
it
getting
was.
recruited?
Where?
She was on her official visit.
You're on your-
Yeah, no, they took me out. Like, we had a great time.
Your friend.
But, yeah, the
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
unfortunately, she transferred, but we had a great time.
Okay. But,
Yeah.
Well, she got you to stay. So
Yeah, she got me to
She
stay.
did her part.
And then some. Yeah.
Her civic duty.
So what made you pursue teaching?
So I have 3 younger brothers. I'm the oldest. And ever since I was little, I would pretend that I'm in a classroom and my 3 little brothers were my students, and I would tell them what to do. I would teach them on a blackboard, and I just always wanted to be a teacher.
And what
Yeah.
subject do you teach now?
I teach 3rd grade.
Okay.
So I teach math and I teach literacy. Science and social studies, they go to a different classroom for.
You didn't want to teach those?
No, it's just my school. It's like considered a special. Like, remember
Okay.
you used to go to gym and art and
Yeah.
library. We have music. They also go to science and social studies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right.
You're good at math?
So about that. Do you guys know your multiplication tables? Like,
Yeah.
like you could go quick?
Yeah,
Go-
test me.
test-
Okay,
test-
no,
test.
I literally, because I had to like reteach myself. I'm like, when's the last time I used my times table?
Yeah.
I
6
wanna-
times 8.
6 times 8.
Failed.
Exactly. Like,
48.
very good. So this is my rhyme to remember it because you need it clearly. 6 times 8 went on a date and sat at table 48.
Okay.
Do you love that one?
I do.
Okay.
You teach your students these?
Of course.
All right, give me another one.
All right. You want easy, hard?
Yeah, just give me a hard
7 times 9.
one. 63.
Oh, he's quick.
That is quick math.
63s.
Yeah.
Here we are. You know that the number 63 is significant to Sacred Heart.
Oh, of course I know the answer to that question, Aaron Burrell. That is the year that Sacred Heart was founded.
Yeah.
There we
Everyone
are.
knows that,
What a
right?
great
What a great alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that name is so much more meaningful than Flick. Like, what was a Flick?
I don't know.
Was it called Flick?
It wasn't when we went.
I don't
here,
know
it
what
wasn't
the
its official
actual
name.
name-
It was.
It had a name, though.
It had a name.
Yeah.
But
But
we
maybe
just all called it Flick.
we nicknamed it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was from like
Well, I
the
think it was
older
it was-
class.
yeah, the older classes called it Flick because I think
Right.
it was called Flick originally, and then. They
But I
changed
want to
the name.
know, what did it say on the top? Like when you
I think
walked
it said
in.
Flick.
No, I don't
Nah.
think it did. It was
I
our
don't
like
think
cutesy name for it.
I think we're gonna need like a Sacred Heart historian to
Yeah.
actually come in here.
I might have
Yeah.
to pull up my archives, maybe on my old phone, and see if I got a picture or something.
You probably do.
Probably.
Does Sandy still work here?
Yes.
You're lying.
No.
Oh,
we might
saw
have her on, actually.
Yes, we need to.
Wait,
have her
you
on.
need to.
Yes. We ran into her at Alumni Weekend this year.
Oh,
and it
nice.
was the first time I think we've seen her. Well, at
Oh,
least
yeah,
I've
I've
seen her.
Yeah.
How's she doing? I can't
Almost
believe
10
she's
years.
still here. 10 years.
Yeah, she left
Yeah.
and then came back, right? Am I remembering this correctly? She left
We'll
and came back, but
we'll tell you the
still
story
great.
off camera.
All right. Off camera.
She's great. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about when you get here on campus. So obviously, you wanted to come here.
Yeah.
Freshman year, you knew teaching was the major for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what was like the early classes like? What was like going to school, knowing you already knew what you wanted to do? Because a lot of students come on campus and they're still kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, I actually think I came in undecided because I didn't want to like be buckled in completely to teaching, even though I knew like that's was going to be my career path.
Yeah.
I still wanted to explore other options. I actually thought about communications for a hot
Really?
minute. Yeah, I really did.
It's calling you. It's not
Yeah,
too late.
maybe a second career. You never know.
Yeah.
But what was your question?
Like what was what was like the early classes? Like obviously as you said, you came in undecided.
Yeah. So
figuring it
that
out.
first year, you have to. What are those classes called that you have to take?
The
Religion?
human journey. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
No, but there's a name for them. But you
Common
have
Core.
Common Core.
Yeah, Common
it
Core
was,
class.
No,
Yeah, it was Common Core.
are they?
Yeah.
So you had to take one that was
Western civilization.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were we in class? We were in that class, I think, together.
Probably.
Yeah.
Those are great classes.
Yeah, classes were awesome because now being a teacher, you get to see from a different perspective.
Yeah.
The small class size is so much more meaningful than being like
Yeah.
in a huge auditorium or.
I think I would have failed if I went to a big school and
Yeah,
just like
we
were
would have
in a
never showed
big,
up to
like-
class.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Yeah.
AB would have. He didn't even go to class, so like he wouldn't have definitely gone to class.
Crazy.
I heard some things about you off camera. We'll talk.
I want to know what you heard.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay, so you decide at what point do you decide then? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I knew I want to do teaching. Teaching is a thing for me. When do you decide teaching is your major?
When did I decide that? I guess Erin Kelly. We we were like, let's be teachers, and we applied to the program together. I told you it was a plus because you were able to get your master's in 5 years, and normally any other school, if you go out of state to New York, you have to do a 4-year undergrad and then 2-year for your master's.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. It's an accelerated program. I'll be able to teach faster, come out of college faster. So just hearing that, it really was a plus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So then you graduate. You get a job teaching. Where do you
Yeah.
start teaching?
Oh, so I started teaching at a charter school because right away I didn't get my teaching certification because I was in Connecticut and I wanted to teach in New York. So I had to go through all the tests. There's like a big thing that you need to write in order to get certified. So I started working at a charter school. I worked there for 3 years. Honestly, it was a great experience because it made me the teacher that I am today. They gave us lots of training, classroom management. I had you in my classroom. I think it was my second year.
Yes. Yep.
Well, it was for career day,
Yes.
I think.
I think it was career day, and I came and talked to the students.
I was like, "Hey, AB, you want to come to
Yes.
Brooklyn?"
At first, I think when I first got your message, I was like, I don't know if like Gab got hacked or if she's like actually asking me to come to her class because I was like, I'm
Is this
down.
spam? Yeah.
I was like, what day is it? And it just happened to be like my day off because my days off I remember back then were like during the week.
Oh,
And I was like, you were like, oh, come this day. And I was like, oh, perfect.
it's
my
a
day off.
Wednesday.
Was he on time? Was he on time?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was so long ago now. It was
Probably not.
2016. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. Yeah. But
Wait, you always knew you wanted to do elementary school?
yeah. Can you picture me in a high school? They would be taller than me. I don't think that would work well.
I had teachers who were like smaller than me in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah,
They lived
I
on the
mean-
law. They were usually like the strictest.
Yeah, the
ones.
pit bulls,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Yeah.
like-
I could control a class of, how old are they?
Like
14?
14 to
Yeah.
18?
14, 18.
But no, I enjoy the little ones. I really do. I feel like a stand-up comedian all day. Like, It's so much fun.
They laugh at you?
Oh, they die. Yeah. We have so much fun together.
Yeah, I remember, like, as I said, like, we were talking about this before, but, like, your classes, you would have them dancing, and, like, the kids all seem super engaged, and, like, they listen. I remember, like, it was so funny because, like, obviously, again, knew you from time at Sacred Heart, and then, like, when you see your friends in that first,
in
like,
a professional setting, you're like, whoa.
I'm like, oh, okay,
Is this the same person?
Because I'm like, you were so serious. You were like, all right, class, line up, everybody, like, sit down, and then you were like, anyone have questions, and they all, like, I mean, like, these kids were so well behaved. Like, Gab had them under control. Oh, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
That was one of those moments you're like, damn, all right, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, I'm a big thing. Like, I love dancing and singing in the classroom. I feel that social emotional learning is a huge part. During COVID, like, everything was remote, right? Yeah. So at that point, it was just a constant check-in with the students. And then now teaching, there's so much of a gap that we need to close because of all the academics that was lost during that time.
Wow. Yeah. How have your students adapted to that? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I can't believe that, like, quarantine was now 5 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday.
I saw someone post something about it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think.
I feel like at this point, like, things are obviously back to normal, and you can tell that the students are making the strides, that socially, that they're back on track. There was a while where students would just wear masks, and I felt like it was like an anxiety thing. It was like they were just so used to wearing this thing to cover their face. Even still now, some people, some of the students wear it, but I don't know if it's to protect themselves or it's still like a like
safety. Or
like because they're nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a comfort thing.
Yeah, like a comfort thing. Exactly.
Sometimes I liked wearing the mask because, like, I'd be, like, in public and then they just don't know what I'm thinking, like.
Yeah, but your eyes show.
Your eyes show what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's all about the eye contact.
What about do you keep up with, like, any of your past students?
Yeah, of course, all the time.
Well, yeah. So, like, your first class.
Yeah.
Now they're like.
No, those kids I haven't talked to. They're so young, so it's like weird. I wouldn't exchange like Instagrams with. They don't even have an Instagram or phone numbers. But there's parents that I still keep in touch with, which is super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's like, well, you've been doing it for like 10 years. So I'm saying, like, now the kids. So you said they're not. So some of them are like graduated high school now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're old.
Yeah.
What?
We're the same age. Why do I keep talking in the mic like this?
I like it though. I like it. It's podcasting. You're used to this.
No, I'm not.
Is this your first interview?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, what's the school you teach at?
Do you want to come? You guys can come.
Yeah.
I would love that.
If you have the two of us for a career day,
we're gonna go viral at the school page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be so much fun. Am I allowed to say my school name on the air?
You tell us.
Well, actually, I don't know. We don't want any more doxing on this. Dan screwed that up now.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it is what it is, though. As you continue to look forward, like when you think about, what you've done so far, like what do you think looking forward? Like what does the next 10 years look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I flirted with the idea of going back and getting my administration license, so to be a principal. It's an option.
Principal Cuttitta Kachmar.
Imagine. Yeah. Something pretty cool. I just got nominated for a Big Apple Award.
Really?
So yeah, in New York City, they nominate different teachers. You have to go through certain rounds. There's an interview, a classroom visit, and then they choose around, I think, 50 teachers in New York City. So I got nominated. So
congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That's
How did that
nice.
feel?
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
My principal, she wrote me a recommendation. So. Let's see what happens if I make it to the next step. But I'm grateful that I was nominated.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's cool.
The Big Apple.
Big Apple.
It's the biggest school district in the country. Huh?
Yeah.
And you're one of the top 50 that they like.
Well, let's see.
It's got to be a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to our section that Paul loves called Fun SHU.
Yeah. All right. So
Fun SHU?
Yeah. We're working the name.
You like
Can you
that?
actually help us with the name on this?
Wait, that's a terrible name for what it is.
Whoa.
It's such a. I mean, you can think of something so much more catchy.
Fun SHU? Like
That's exactly what I told
shoe? Fun SHU?
No, like SHU.
But what's fun? I know what Sacred Heart is, but he's trying to say fun. What's fun?
What's fun at Sacred Heart? Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him he needed to work on it.
How about like shooing around or like.
But that doesn't make sense.
But what's fun about this segment? Because I'm
going to ask you fun questions.
Okay. We're still going to go back to this name
We can go back to it.
Yeah. Go.
Well, anyways, I'm just going to start off with whatever. I'm just gonna. What was your favorite dorm to live in?
J Hill.
There we go.
J
Yes.
Hill.
We were in the same building. Yes.
Was our rooms connected?
Yes. And as a
Yeah.
matter of fact, you know what's so funny about
That's
this?
crazy.
My mom actually still remembers when
Okay.
it was like you and Aaron, I think. Like
Yeah.
they were like moving me in and you were like, oh, is Aaron here? Whatever. Like I think it was like the day I was getting there and everyone was like, because I think I came up like a little bit later than everybody else in my suite.
And we were so excited
Yeah.
to see
And you guys were like, are you back? Are you
His
back?
mom was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, mom was like, she was like, your friends
What's
are
you
so
doing?
nice. No, she was like, your friends
And your
are so
room's
nice.
connected to theirs?
Yeah, right.
We had like a secret passageway.
Yes, in the back you could just go to and from. I remember I
Yeah.
would come back and I would just randomly find you all in our townhouse sometimes.
Oh my God.
I would be like, what up?
We
y'all? Like,
caused such havoc. It was honestly the
Yes.
greatest times. It was.
what was your favorite memory from J Hill?
Oh. Off camera?
pulled the fire
I was
alarm.
just going to say that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that on here.
Do you know I was in the hallway that time when you did that, and
Oh.
you looked at me and
Wait,
said,
let's not talk about that.
okay, we won't. We'll dox that part. Like we'll cut there. But there was a moment in that hallway where you were like, "Should I do this?" And I was like,
I know.
go,
I
"Don't do this."
remember it. Like, I was like,
You were fully aware of what was
yeah, I
going
knew
on.
what I was
Yes.
doing. I just don't know why I did it.
You said, "Should I do this?" And
I know.
Dick move.
Shaking my head.
I could have really got like suspended from school. That's a big deal.
yes.
The fire trucks.
Now
came.
you know because you're a teacher.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
All right.
what was your
Don't
favorite?
put that in.
What was your edit that out. What was your favorite dining hall, or favorite food to eat? Actually?
Oh my God. So late night, coming home.
Mozzarella sticks.
No.
You guys used to cook some wild late night meals. I remember Erin
Oh,
making
we did.
eggs with salsa and tortilla chips.
Oh, I don't know.
on, like,
I
a
really
baking tray.
didn't
I
cook
was like-
at all in college. If
you know
someone
how- you know
cooked,
how
it
to
was
cook?
definitely Erin. Now I cook like crazy, but in college I didn't touch a pan or
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
No.
you guys were.
But Coyote Jack's, that's
yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
at. That wrap with the cheese and the lettuce and the chicken cutlet. But it's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gone.
Is Roncalli gone?
No, Roncalli's still here.
Well, the
Doing
food
itself.
though.
The food.
Oh,
is
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Weirdly, I loved Mondo too. Do you
Yes,
remember
yes.
Mondo?
Yeah.
I liked it, but then I lived there and then I hated it.
Yeah, 'cause you
Because
probably
I
got so
ate
sick of it.
I feel
Oh
like
my
everyone
God.
who lived at North
Yeah,
had that experience.
Yeah.
Like, it was like we ate there too
I
much.
was eating soup all day, every
No.
day.
Oh, they had soup.
They had
Yeah.
that soup half sandwich. Soup
Yeah.
combo,
What?
or
So
is
what's there now? Is North
I don't
still
know
a
if Mondo.
thing?
Yeah, I
I
don't know
think
if
so.
Mondo's is still there.
No, I don't
It's-
think it is. When we went here, I think they closed.
Speaking of that, we didn't mention it.
What?
Dan Remy came on. He's the new alumni president. Apparently, they're having alumni weekend, and you could
Wait.
stay in the dorms.
Should we go?
It's lit.
Yes.
When is it? In September?
And I think it's June
Yes.
because it has to be when the students are here.
Oh, alumni weekend.
Yeah.
No, or they're doing like an alumni. No, it's not weekend.
It's
I don't
not like
know what
alumni
it is.
weekend. It's some sort of alumni event,
Event,
basically.
yeah.
But it's like when the students are all up.
And they're
there,
doing like-
so-
and they're doing
gonna
like-
get like buses.
and
You know
they're doing-
Dan Remy, he's gonna get the buses.
And they're doing
That's
like and they're
funny.
doing some like prom thing.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's for all alumni?
Yeah.
That's
And then
cool.
they're gonna have all the foods from different eras.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crazy.
wow.
Just admission if we say Dan Remy at the door.
Yeah. Just say I know a guy. Dan Remy. All right.
That's funny.
What's your first memory of meeting me and Aaron?
Okay, can we talk about that?
Yes.
So I lived in Seton Hall freshman year, and Paul lived like across the hall from me, I think. Did
I was
you?
on the first floor.
Oh. Who lived across the hall
Corey.
from me? Corey, your friend. Oh, how's Corey? Shout out to Corey. And it was like fairly recent or fairly like we had just started school and you toilet papered my room.
That was your first memory of me?
Like something that I hold on to, yeah.
How did we meet though?
I don't remember that. How did
No.
we meet? Do you remember? So
Not
why?
probably, I was just roaming around.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. I just came into
You
his
just
room.
showed up at our room once, and we've
Yeah.
been friends since.
I mean, that's how everyone met each
Yeah.
other. Like, I can't tell you specifically
Yeah.
the first time we met, but
Well,
we
then
would
again-
just go
See each
around
other,
and meet
yeah.
people. Yeah.
And I feel
trying
like
to
you and your group of
think.
friends were like people that we always saw around
Yeah.
Seton, and it was like, oh, yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
But
What
sophomore
about
year
what
was
about
really
what
the year, I
about
feel
what
like.
about me and Aaron? What's your first memory of him?
Aaron?
Yeah. I got a good I
I
got
don't
a good
want to
one.
say it on the air.
Is it what I'm thinking when he was walking by and I was in your room and you guys asked him a question?
It definitely, that's what,
that is
wait,
unlocked
does it
memory.
stand, the letters that start with is
Yeah.
HC?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know.
I do not.
That's what comes to my mind.
These guys, Dim would know. If Dim was here, he would know.
No, that wasn't it.
But you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Favorite place to go out at Sacred Heart.
I liked house parties. I really enjoyed a good darty, like a daytime party.
Shout out to Dim.
Yeah. Once we had a party in our house, 111 Lloyd, and I crowd surfed from the kitchen to the living room, and that was a good time.
And final question for you: If you had to give freshman year Gabrielle advice, what would you tell yourself?
Young Gab.
Think before you act. Think before you speak.
That is great advice. We appreciate your time, Gab. It has been a pleasure.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, this has been another episode of What You Doing. We'll see y'all next time.